Good morning, treasurers. This is your host, Parthesh Shah, co-founder of Fintech, and you are listening to Night Snippets. In the international market, US 10-year TIPS Treasury Inflation Protection Schemes is now at 2.22 percentage points, which is highest since 2014. Investors are citing the ongoing concern about inflation rising as the economy recovers, given the huge amount of fiscal and monetary stimulus in US. US 10-year closed 4 basis points higher at 120 percentage points, and 30-year closed as much as 7 basis points higher at 2.01 percentage points on Friday. Please note that US 30-year has closed above 2 percentage points for the first time since March 20 pandemic. Similarly, US 10-year touching 120 on a closing basis is the first time since March 20 pandemic. Now it is to be seen whether 125-130 for US 10-year and 220 for US 30-year is getting breached and how soon. In the crude oil market, crude is trading stable at $62.43 per barrel. Short-term range for crude seems to be $60 to $64 per barrel. It seems the crude has already started the journey towards Knight Research $70 per barrel target. In the currency market, dollar index is at 90.45. DXY's today's range seems to be 90.04 to 90.76. USD CNY or Chinese yuan is at 646. USD INR with a high of 72.83 closed at 72.75 on Friday. USD INR's range for today seems to be 72.65 to 72.95. In the domestic market, let us remind you the bond market drama which has happened last week. When the budget was announced and the fiscal deficit numbers were out, markets took a plunge. The 10-year benchmark reached 618 intraday and then settled at 615. Then the comments from RBI to primary dealers and the larger banks and the institutional players came that RBI is watchful of the condition and will do whatever it takes to control the yields. On this side, larger banks and institutional players were not convinced enough. Well, last week had a massive rupees 22,000 crore special auction and rupees 26,000 crore regular GSEC auction. Total rupees 48,000 crore in a week. Everyone was skeptical, including us, Knight Research, on how last week would unfold. In a special rupees 22,000 crore auction, 515 GS 2025 for 11,000 crore and 585 GS 2030 for another 11,000 crore, RBI played the trick. Via some primary dealers, they took the market by surprise and placed indirect bids right in the auction. Also on the very same day, others, read RBI, bought those securities back from PDs in the secondary market transactions. Now, as we said, most of the institutional players did not think of the situation. Many of them were holding short positions in 585 GS 2030. And now the real game started. RBI squeezed them out and all the short sellers were running to cover their shorts. The real problem was the scarcity of 585 GS 2030 papers, as the outstanding is still small. Finally, RBI won this game for now. Short sellers were forced to cover their positions in RBI via indirect bidding at auctions and then via secondary market purchases did not give them a chance. But everything is not rosy as it seems. For 12th February 2021 regular rupees 26,000 crore GSEC auction, 515 GS 2025 and 585 GS 2030 benchmark securities were anyway not there in the auction. For 622 GS 2035 for a scheduled 11,000 crore auction, RBI had to devolve rupees 6,736 crore on primary dealers. I repeat, 622-2035 on Friday, RBI had to devolve rupees 6,736 crore on primary dealers. Also, to be fair, only the benchmark 585 GS 2030 security has seen a very sharp decrease in yields. But if you look at the overall yield curve, it has not come down by a margin. Knight Fintech's recommendation, remember we had given a buy recommendation last week for 515 2025 at 560. Our target of 550 is already achieved and we are now selling that position to book some profits. This is a remarkable 10 basis points, approx 40 paisa, approx 2 lakh rupees per lot in just 1 week. Caution, we again warn you that RBI has done such a heavy intervention to make sure the last week's borrowing program goes through without any interruptions. Yields will bounce back soon by 5 to 8 basis points. Rather, for 577 GS 2030, Already the yields have come back from 601 to 606 on Friday itself. Hence, lighten your positions as much as you can. Get rid of 585 GS 2030 as much as you can in this opportunity. That's it for today. You were listening to Night Snippets with Parthesh Shah, co-founder of Night Fintech. See you tomorrow with the new episode of Night Snippets.